Yo guys, it's Havoc and I'm back again with another video. In case you haven't read the title, this video is going to be about the story and evolution of all of the SHSO remakes so far. In this video, you're going to see gameplay of old builds and hear about all the significant events which have taken place since the first remake project began. We're going to get straight into it, so I hope you guys enjoy, and if you haven't already, please smash the like button and help me hit my goal of 100 likes, it's much appreciated. To start this off, we have to go back to the 27th of December 2018, 715 days after Superhero Squad Online was shut down. On this day, the first ever post in a new section of a new Discord server was published. This new server was called Lekacy Squad, and the picture was just of a couple of character models. It may not be a lot, but this post was the start of all the SHSO remakes. This new project, known as Lekacy Squad, was going to be a new game which was going to be very similar to SHSO. It was being developed quietly for the first few months of its existence, with maybe less than 100 people in their server. It carried on this way for a few months, and in May 2019, when I discovered it, it was still very much under the radar. That's when a video made by yours truly was released and started blowing up. That video has since been taken down due to some copyright issues, but it managed to attract a lot of new attention to the project. After a few weeks of the server gaining more and more members, a group of Brazilians in the server decided to start their own project, which would be a replica of the original SHSO, and at the end of May 2019, Project Squad was founded. For the first couple of days, the project was run by the Brazilians before an Israeli YouTuber called GalGMG stepped in and took the role as lead developer. Shortly after his arrival, the name of the project was changed to Ultimate Squad, and they began forming a new team to bring the game back. During the summer of 2019, there was a whole lot of struggle for Ultimate Squad as they were losing developers and were extremely underhanded. Also, there was a lot of drama between the two projects, but let's not speak about that too much. Bear in mind, at this point, neither project had any public playable demos or builds, but in August 2019, Lekacy Squad released a previously leaked development build to the public. This build included an uncoloured version of the maps, and you could play with multiple Spider-Man characters. There was also a new camera angle which the devs were planning to keep for the full game. Not much could be done in this build other than free rolling of web slinging with Spider-Man, but it was good for the community to try it out and experience some nostalgia. During the autumn of 2019, things were going smooth for both projects, and Ultimate Squad had a few new developers and seemed to be making good progress. They weren't showing much of their progress, but then on Christmas Eve 2019, they surprised everyone and released their first ever demo. As you can see, you could only play as Captain America, and there was a bit of a survival mission as well as a chat zone. During the next month, they released a couple of new updates, adding a new map for the mission and adding in a couple of new characters. However, as they were building up to the release of their next build, the project was completely rebranded and the Discord server was abandoned. A new server was created, and the project then became known as Retro Squad. During this time, Lekacy Squad released a new combat test in which you could play with a choice of different skins and fighting ninjas in a map which I think was based off the assets of the Kingpin mission from the original game. Some weeks later, Retro Squad released their first build, which was a nice little demo with free roam in the Daily Bugle Zone. It was starting to look closer to the original game, but work still had to be done. As for Lekacy Squad, they released a new update to their demo with Venom as a playable character and some new features. Moving back to Retro Squad, it was at this time that they had their big break. One of the devs, known as Crabtree, had become the lead developer of the project and had put some of his old browser cache files into Unity, which somehow managed to load up the game. After this, development sped up massively and things started to look brighter. As they prepared a new build, they rebranded the project once again, this time calling it Viking Squad. They released their new build, and although most of the features were non-functional, it was at this point that I felt like the game was truly coming back. They started adding in regular updates, including more and more features every time. At the time of recording, development has stayed the same, with new features being added regularly, but in November 2020, Viking Squad was disbanded and yet another new Discord server was created. The project then adopted the name SHSO Forever, and it since hasn't changed. At the moment, the project is still going strong, and the game we currently have is almost identical to the original game, just a few missions and features missing. At the rate it's going, I believe full release isn't far away, so stay tuned, and in the meantime, there's a perfectly enjoyable version of the game to play. Anyway, as we've been talking about SHSO Forever for most of the video, it's time to move back to Lekacy Squad. Unfortunately, they released a final build in January 2021. This build is just a short brawler style game with a few characters and no multiplayer or free roam. It's a shame, but at this point they don't have any plans to move forward with development. After 2 years of development, Lekacy Squad was discontinued. However, as they created multiple new characters and skins, they've given their assets to the developers at SHSO Forever, so we're definitely going to see some of the new skins they made in the not so distant future. Anyways, to sum it up, the project originally known as Project Squad, now known as SHSO Forever, is the last SHSO remake standing, and the future is very bright. Just remember that this is only the story so far, so stay tuned because the story is far from over. If you want to keep up with progress, join the Discord server in the description or have a look at their website. Also, if you haven't downloaded it yet, I highly recommend that you do, as it's full of nostalgia and is very fun to play. Well, I think that wraps up the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to let me know by smashing the like button and commenting down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.